Hello, everybody. Welcome to my presentation. My name is Austin Murphy, and this is my PostgreSQL spooky presentation. Woo! Okay, so this week we're looking at databases, and we'll be looking at Postgres. We can run on Windows also, but we'll be looking at Ubuntu setup. So right now, relational database management systems use tables for storing data, and it's a robust form of a data management system. SQL stands for Structured Query Language, and every popular relational database management system right now uses SQL. There is a standard SQL or an SQL standard, and most are the same. Most are relatively the same, give or take some commands. Woo! So why Postgres? There's so many other database management systems like MySQL, Maria Database, which is MySQL, Microsoft SQL Server, and MongoDB. So why Postgres? I think I just well, first of all, Postgres is the most SQL compliant. The SQL standard has 179 core features, and Postgres has 160 of those. Here's a bunch of other reasons why to choose Postgres. So Postgres has the goal of being standards compliant, and it's open source. It's highly programmable, and you can mod it. Many third-party tools. There are many third-party tools for Postgres. High concurrency, ACID compliant, and has a great developer community. ACID compliant stands for atomic, consistent, isolated, and durable. And let me go back for a second. This is a good point. Postgres is capable of handling multiple tasks simultaneously and efficiently due to due to this, it's trusted by many businesses use Postgres. That is what I'm trying to say. So Apple, Yahoo, Instagram, Facebook, they all integrate Postgres in one way or another. So Postgres has a bunch of APIs, um, like every uh, SQL database management system. You'll be able to use any programming language as well. Woo! Um, so this is a Python API, and this is actually my code over here. I was doing a tutorial, and this was adding usernames and email addresses on my website. The user would go in, they would enter their email, and then I would send out an email to them. So this is using Postgres to store the emails so that I can send out emailers. And you can see some of the code here. We import SQAlchemy, which is an object relational mapping module, and then we config it here. This is not like I said, this was part of the tutorial, so this is an expired. I'm trying to say you can't hack this, so don't worry. Um, as you see, we make a table object here. We add some columns, and we look down a little bit further. There's some queries being sent out, and the response is stored in some data variables. So, like I said, every language is going to have an API. Um, I was going to get more into C++ and code something, but with the server checks due today, I was not able to do that. But here's a libpq++ is a binding library for C++ and the GitHub here. Another a cool API for Postgres that does not have anything to do with C++ is postgis. And GIS stands for Geographic Information System. So it's a way for us to, we install this and then we can query uh, GPS queries. Like here's a select from cities and all that good stuff. SQL good stuff. Woo! So now we'll look at Ubuntu and how to set it up. So basic setup is going to be install PostgreSQL, PostgreSQL contrib, and after you install, it's going to create a default user account called Postgres, and we can use this account to we'll switch into this account with this command here, and then go into the interactive terminal with PSQL. Once we're in the terminal, we can create a new database with the simple create DB, and then in the interactive terminal, we can create tables here as well, and this will allow us to see the tables. Here's some query examples for Postgres. Similar to all SQL, we've got insert, select, delete, update, all of these keywords. Where, from, table, order by. These are in all SQL languages. And here's a link to we can learn how to make some better queries here as well. Woo! So PG admin is a great web UI. It allows us to administrate our databases if we don't want to do it from console. I've used this before. It's very nice. Here's our servers, our databases, our tables and schemas. So that's a great tool to download. It runs on Linux, Unix, Mac OS, and Windows. Spooky Cat. And uh, I just I found a great resource for hardening recommendations, and so I'll go over a couple of those. So this is a good one. Do not trust or do not use trust security. Um, so Postgres by default assumes anyone connected to the server is authorized to access the database with the database username. So we need to lock it down in the host host-based authentication conf file. And we need to revoke our remote login access defaults. Another good way to harden is suggested to use hash-based column encryption for values that do not need to be decrypted, such as passwords. This says we can use MD5. MD5 is very weak, and we should use a stronger uh, hash such as bcrypt. Um, there's a lot of more hardening suggestions here as well. These are the references that I have, and I look forward to configuring the server with all of you. All right, have a good day. Happy Halloween.